What are you going to do with Fred? Dawn Morano. We can't kill him. He's our neighbor. We'll keep him tied up and slip out of town tomorrow. But you have to leave right now. Go. We love you, Nena. Quote, Dawn Morano's father. Presented by Skybound Entertainment. Distributed by Image Comics. G.I. Joe Volume 1, Issue 305. At the roof of the community center in Springfield, the Viper Squad and Cobra Commander are examining the scorched remains from the battle in which Dawn Morano fought the Enhanced Vipers. Cobra Commander and the Techno Viper discusses Revenant and the Serpentor Khan's collaboration. Cobra Commander understands that Serpentor Khan was spying on him, but he also acknowledges the involvement of a third party that took care of the spies and caused the cyborgs to burn. They did not just blow up on their own. Don Morano reports back to the pit from Springfield, informing them that Cobra is gearing up for a fight. They are aware that Serpentor Khan is planning to make an advance, and now it appears that Serpentor knows that Cobra is aware of the evasion plans. There seems to be a secret, compartmentalized defense plan known only to high command and section leaders. Serpentor sent a team of Revenant modified mutant vipers to uncover that plan. Dawn had run in with them on the roof of the community center. The intel Dawn provides to Duke is that they have a logic chip that negates the self-preservation programming, allowing them to destruct to prevent the upgraded technology from falling into opposition hands. As Dawn speaks to Duke, a Fred series Crimson Guard Fred 23 shows up at Dawn Marie's father's door. He is looking for her, and there will be consequences if the father does not hand her over. Dawn's parents let the Crimson Guard in, understanding him to be a neighbor. They inquire if he mentioned his visit to anyone. Suddenly, Dawn Marie's father punches Fred 23. For good measure, the mother slams the lamp on top of his head. Seeing the Crimson Guard laying on the floor, the parents decide not to turn Dawn in, of course, and risk their lives by knocking out the neighbor. Dawn asks what they're going to do with Fred. The father responds they can't kill him because he's their neighbor. They decide to keep him tied up and slip out of town the next day. Dawn is told to leave right away, with her parents expressing their love for her. Back at the pit, the cyborg retrieved by Snake Eyes and Scarlet from the cabin is being reviewed by Black Hat, Mainframe, and Airtight. They brought it back on a tomahawk, and upon examination, it's confirmed to be a cyborg with human spine and a brain, but the rest of its body is robotic. The hand, which has separated, suddenly takes off and tries to attack Black Hat. Stalker enters, shooting the hand out of the air. He then asks if there are any more of those, instructing to chuck them down the range and step out of the line of fire. We have Lady J, Molto, and Spirit on the way to confront the three Enhanced Vipers that have been roaming around the pit. These three Vipers were sent on a recon mission and are now positioned above the pit. It's time for those three Joes to take out the Vipers. The three Vipers are in one of the pit's empty rooms. One of the Vipers said, "Did you hear that? Something's behind us." As the ground beneath the rug starts to take shape, the Viper says, "What happened to that Viper? He was right behind me. Check that blanket again." One of the Vipers is missing. The rug is lifted once again and another Viper is grabbed into the hole. Volto says, "Deal with him, Lady J. I got this one." As Spirit holds another Viper in a chokehold. Lady J is wrestling with a Viper who has a grip hold on a nerve gas. If the pin is pulled, the Joes are done. Lady J is trying to keep him from releasing the pin as Molto sticks his sword in the head of another Viper. Spirit reassures Lady J, saying, "Hang on, J, I'll be right there." Meanwhile, the Viper taunts, "You unmodified meat puppets can't compete with an enhanced entities. Now the pin is pulled. All I have to do is release the spoon. Even with my helmet integrity compromised, my mods will allow me to survive the release of acetylclonataris blockers. But you pathetic, unmodified organics will meet an excruciating end." Spirit declares, "Not if I clamp my hands around yours to prevent the spoon from flying." Lady J is urged to pry the pin from his other hand. The Viper boasts, "Good luck with that. My sinews and tendons have been replaced by steel cables. You're not going to unlock my fingers from the pin." It's clear the Viper will be stronger than all three Joes combined as he maintains a firm grasp on the grenade. Lady J rushes over, firing rounds into the Viper's head, defiantly declaring, "We'll see about that." Meanwhile, Spirit maintains his grip, ensuring the grenade doesn't detonate. Lady J, unable to budge the Viper's fingers, receives assistance as Molto arrives with a sword. Molto swiftly cuts cuts off Viper's hand with his sword and then hands Spirit the severed hand along with the grenade pin. Despite the defeat, the three Vipers, Serpentor remains confident that everything is proceeding according to plan on Cobra Island. The zombie patrons at the casino are eagerly lining up for enhancements, anticipating these upgrades will render them even more indestructible than they already are. A blue ninja cyborg from Revenant approaches a Python officer, informing him of a discrepancy involving missing chips. The Python officer reassures them, saying, "That's not a problem. I can take you to where we store everything. It's just a glitch in the system." As they enter the shielded area, Revenant informs the Python officer that there's no communication available. Suddenly, the Python officer swiftly stabs Revenant with a knife, initiating a fight. In the heat of battle, Revenant manages to sever the Python's officer's hand, taunting, "You didn't get the kill shot in, but I got you now." However, the Python officer reveals a surprising resilience as tentacle grows from the stump of his severed arm. With a newfound strength, the Python officer's tentacles ensnare Revenant, squeezing tightly to the destruction. Dr. Mindbender grimly remarks that the Python officer only delayed the inevitable. He predicts that when the Blue Ninja fails to report in, red flags will be raised, leading to an investigation. This investigation will likely uncover the plan to incorporate a chip into the new product, nullifying any Revenant control. Serpentor Khan adds that by the time this revelation occurs, it will already be too late. We switch back to Castle Destro, where Zartan has recently arrived. Destro, Baroness, and Zartan are seen having a drink together, toasting and discussing future plans. Then we cut back to Cobra Island, where Serpentor and Dr. Mindbender are watching a video feed showing Destro and Baroness. Dr. Mindbender remarks that it appears Destro and Baroness have been completely deceived by Zartan's simulacrum. Serpentor acknowledges this, adding that their plan would fail apart if the real Zartan were to surface. However, Dr. Mindbender reassures him, saying he's got that covered. We see Zartan on the swamp skier, and Dr. Mindbender remarks, "We've got him in a square in our sights. No amount of shade shifting will save him." Zartan is speeding across the swamp as fast as he can with a missile headed his way. The missile is equipped with a biometric seeker target acquisition suite and is closing in on Zartan rapidly. He tries to evade it, zigzagging through the swamp, but the missile continues to hone in on him. Next, presented by Skybound Entertainment, distributed by Image Comics, G.I. Joe Volume 1, Issue 306.